What's up, everybody? We're back at the KSL, and it's time to start our second best of 5 here. We had a really good PvZ, though, to start things off. Miniverse action was awesome.
Yeah, it went to 5 games. That was really nice. Could have been anyone's series, but Mini choosing a great strategy, executing it well. Kind of an offbeat game there in Game 5, but cool stuff. He moves forward as he normally does.
Yes, and now we're going to go to Last versus Stork. Now, Last, I guess along with Sulky, might be the best player that's playing right now.
And Rain.
Rain as well, yes.
Yeah,
but I mean, I guess for the respective race, you can't really ask for better than Last. And look, Stork is one of the greatest players of all time, but I don't really think it's realistic that he beats Last here, unless Stork has really revolutionized where he's at. This could be a 3-1 or a 3-0 even.
Yeah, well, Stork's very good right now. He's in good shape.
Yes.
He's playing well. He played excellently against Jaedong. Yeah, he lost to Rain, but, I mean, does anyone beat Rain in PvP ever?
We're going to go to the quick video here. Enjoy.
Does anyone?
총사령관의 생존 최종전으로 진출합니다.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. We're back. To where you left off, Artosis, what were you asking me?
I don't know, but Last is coming out right now. Stork's going to come out in a second here. Look, Stork is in very good shape, but Last is like a favorite against just about everyone, man. The only players that I feel like actually give Last a run for his money are like Flash and Rain and Sulky, but I actually put Last maybe even above those other two.
Well, he's looking so good. Such a deep understanding, so clean in his execution.
At the same time, though, Rain did 3-1 him.
This is
right?
true.
There's a lot of risks that get taken in TVP. See here, he's banned Medusa, going to get rid of that risk at least.
Yeah, no surprise there.
So, you know what? He's ridiculously strong. He beat Mini in the finals of ASL last season. I think he's certainly one of the favorites here to end up winning the whole thing. But yeah, I'm not counting out Stork, just like I didn't want to count him out against JD. Stork has been playing really well. I got to see some of his Protoss vs. Terran games during the qualifiers of KSL, and he played immaculately. So, let's see what he can do here.
I'm worried, man. I think Stork's, I'm a huge fan of him. I grew up studying a lot of his games, but, to be honest with you, I feel like the fact that Last is looking so dominant, maybe Stork can try to, pull out some of these cheesy Protoss wins that, Protosses can absolutely do against Terran, but I don't see Stork beating Last in a macro game. In any kind of traditional PvT. I think you're not going to be able to get that right carrier ground balance against Last. Don't
go carriers against Last, I think.
Yeah, and also I don't think you're going to win in the Arbiter Science Vessel game against Last either.
Well,
try to imagine Artosis. Try to imagine in your mind.
Oh, I can imagine Arbiter's beating anybody.
Try not to think of pink elephants, Artosis. Try that. You can't, because I put it in your mind. I'm inside your mind right now.
I don't even listen to you, so I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, in the bottom right, we have Last. In the top left, we have Stork.
Yes.
This is definitely a map where a lot of shenanigans can occur. You can steal gas here very quickly because it's 2-player. You can proxy gate here. You got to be careful about doing things like proxy gate, though, because there's 2 Terran players that if you screw up anything, they know what to do and how to kill you with those early game mess-ups, right? You make a couple Zealots and you send them in, they both die and no Marines die. We can just watch a player like Last roll through you from there.
Yeah.
Because he's so precise and really knows all these little timings and everything. But Stork is playing a bit more conservatively. Not interested in that.
Right. It's funny how that works, where all these things that Protoss can do to interfere with the Terran. If you're against someone who's good enough, they can really turn that on their head. I mean, any top-tier Terran is so used to, harassment with probes and gas steals and proxies and this and that. They can do very well against stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So he's actually scouting right now for a proxy gate because it is so common. But he does have quite precise micro, so even if it comes...
Yeah, it's kind of hard to not do something like that. Is he just going to go for CC first? Oh, no,
No.
He mixed the barracks there now. I thought, okay.
Yeah,
He got to about 176. I thought, okay, he's floating quite a bit of minerals.
Yeah, what he was doing there was looking for offensive gas probe. You can check for a gateway in the natural because sometimes they build it there, but then you kind of sit out there for a moment, and if they're coming with the probe, you can decide if you want to take your gas or not quickly. You can sometimes delay your barracks to get it up. But he's just going for a very standard barracks gas play, which on two-player maps is generally the case. Gasless expands have really fallen out of favor. Protosses have gotten very good against them. And in fact, I think there's an evolution of builds right now in this matchup where you're just getting a later gas to bank some more minerals and a later factory, like a 22 factory, into command center.
Yeah.
It's like a very strange thing, but I've seen it multiple games. Anyways. This is very normal, though, what we're seeing.
Yeah, this is all very standard. PvT has actually gone through so many changes, and let's keep in mind that Stork, for a period of time, was a Starcraft 2 coach. Actually, occasionally a GSL Code S player. So,
oh my God.
Nice!
He gets an SCV.
And is going to get out, too.
Wow.
Big deal there.
Yeah,
if you keep
that's
that probe
really
alive,
nice.
it really helps.
And that's frustrating for the Terran player.
Absolutely. Look at that. The Zealot's perfectly hidden there. Mm-hmm. So, the question is, that was great.
I love it. That was so well done. My God.
God, he is such a smart player.
He really
Stork,
is.
I mean,
he really is.
Now, is there a chance that Last just already knows there's a Zealot coming? I guess not if he has his Marine out here, because the Dragoon should be a little bit later, right? Or does he cut corners perfectly?
The Dragoon popped out like 2 extra seconds later than the quickest goon you normally get. Normally the first Dragoon comes out at 3:12. This was like a 3:14, and he wasn't even standing at the gate. The thing is, as CV was standing in front of the gate to see if his Zealot was coming. And he didn't see his Zealot coming, so he doesn't think that there's a Zealot coming.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Zealot's here.
See that? He's got 1 Marine.
And this is going to be able to kill the SCV that's actually making the bunker. And he immediately just goes for the other SCV making the bunker, and that's going to go down.
Man, with this Dragoon coming up as well, he's not even going to get the bunker.
Such a good opening here.
Yeah, there should be a Vulture on the way right now, so he's going to be able to hold this, but it's a great opening, as you said. He's killed. Oh my God,
actually,
he's killing
Artosis,
SCVs.
This is getting pretty bad here.
Yeah.
The second Dragoon's almost up here. The Zealot's still alive.
Yeah, he's got to take his ramp pretty quickly here, and he's losing a lot of SCVs.
Okay.
He should still be able to be fine, though. Like, he's putting as much damage on the Goon as possible because Zealot's a free kill once the Goon is gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you just bring 2 SCVs to the ramp right just like this, yeah, you hold on. But this opening so far,
this is
so good for Stork.
I love these little mind games we're seeing here very early on.
Just hiding that Zealot, he knows that Last will play at the maximum greed level based on what he scouts.
Right.
He just will. That's how he and Flash get away with so much and, like, get more units than everyone. Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, no, I only need 1 Marine. It's fine. I got rid of the probe with it. And, he gets punished instantly. Stork is a brilliant player.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's so beautiful that we're at the point in time where, to the passive observer, you might not catch all these crazy little mind games and displays within the build order. I mean, these are engineered to take out the very best players in the world because someone like Last is going to play as greedy as he can, as you'll let him.
My God. Stork is doing so much work trying to catch this Vulture, and it's only got 1 hit left, so it shouldn't end up getting any actual damage. Maybe he gets a little bit of a scout to see if the 3rd's taken or something, but Stork is playing. I'm getting chills right now. Because this
really
is the
impressive.
Stork of old, truly. Like, just so far this opening, he's already done multiple mind games, superb micro. He's just gotten himself ahead.
yeah. He's already off to a great start here. Maybe I really underestimated him. I really thought that there was just going to be such a high chance of Last taking a lead in every single game and not letting up. But Stork, one thing about him, he's got possibly the best prep in all of Brood War. I mean, he really knew how to put in so much thought into these strategies and these builds and what his player is thinking and what they're looking for.
Sure. Okay, some mines being laid all over the place. This is a nice play from Last to kind of scout out when new bases are coming. Observer tech and the third gateway. So Stork is playing very standard here, very safe here.
Yeah, this is actually kind of an older way to play. You know, the 3 gateways with the observers coming out, and you basically use the Dragoons to comb the map and clean out mines. And he's going to try to, with that first observer, get something over there to try to clear out the mines so that he can take that third.
And now what Last is doing is he's doing kind of the macro play that we'll see, where it's Academy and Armory.
Right.
Generally with this, what you'll do is a fast third command center, and he's trying to slow down Stork's third nexus here with these mines, which is doing a good job so far. But I feel like if Stork keeps nailing this game like he is, sometimes it's hard to actually take and secure that third because of the wonky terrain around.
Yeah, well, look at that. He's actually sniping the probe.
Amazing.
This is one of these little mini games
Yeah.
that is a great way to punish the Protoss because, yeah, Vulture's 2-shot probes. So 2 of them just wipe out.
Yeah, you can just get in there, kill it, and get away. It's
and
your
Protoss
Vultures aren't
actually
even at risk.
It really needs to get that third nexus up.
Yeah.
You really need to get that up. So just delaying this a little bit. Keep in mind, the first observer as well was used to get rid of the mine. So the observer has not actually gone down and spotted the armory there.
Yeah, that is a very important thing to mention, and he's spread the armory into an interesting place. He's kind of spread his tech out a little bit. But yeah, this game has had so many mini things going on. Like, for instance, remember that first probe that got sniped?
Yeah.
This Nexus would be finishing right now if Last hadn't done this prep with his Vultures in the mines. Like, the level that these two are playing at is amazing. They have both slowed each other down so much already.
Yeah, all these little mini games going on early on. It's really cool to see. So he saw the third CC, which basically you know there's an armory if there's a third CC there. And he's going into that Stargate.
Oh my God,
now,
he's going to go carriers?
Yeah, he is. Even though he knows. Well, I guess it's actually probably not a bad bet.
Well, Rain tried this and got wrecked, but to be honest, Stork has had a little bit of a better opener, I think, if I recall that game, Rain versus Last.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But the build that Last is doing is actually very good against this. So, I mean, we'll see. Stork is a carrier guy. Okay, there's 2 types of Protoss players, or maybe like 3 types, right? There's gateway men.
Yes.
Who just mass units. There's carrier guys, and there's arbiter guys, and or girls. And it's like you play your style, and like that's kind of what you like. And Stork has always liked the carriers, but these 2-1 timings that Last and Flash can do, it's very rare that you see them lose to carriers.
Yeah, that's kind of the concern here, is that you might be playing into the Terran's hand with a build like this, you know? Some of this might be based off how the map is shaped here. Now, when you're going for these tanks coming up here, you're trying to force them to siege and then back away.
He's just slowing the third base right now.
Yeah, he's just trying to buy some time. You don't want to let him just willy-nilly float the CC over there.
Yeah, and I think that what we're going to see that's going to be different from what we saw from Rain when he did this, I don't know that Stork is going to do a full commitment onto the units. Pick off what you can, absolutely yes. But if he loses too many gateway units, the actual timing push from Last might be too strong.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, I think he wants to just get out enough, and even taking out this Goliath. I mean, little plays
and
like that.
SCVs, he's slowing it down. Stork is playing so well.
He's so good at multi-tasking. He really does make this look easy. Look, he's coming forward. He's going to actually get that barracks, by the way, which means it'll have to be remade. Yeah, he killed the barracks.
It needs to be... Oh, my God. That's
killed the
actually a huge deal.
Yeah,
that's a huge deal.
That's actually the biggest thing that's happened in this game now, because you can't make more factories without the barracks.
Oh, my God. I can't believe he got the barracks.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You need those factories. Like, now. This is actually the time you add them all.
If Last loses this game, it's probably because of that barracks.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Ooh. Last units are going to be late, but, I mean, he's been slowed down in a lot of ways. Okay, that scan sees the Stargates. He definitely knows that that's carriers.
You know with 2 Stargates, it's always carriers.
Yeah, you never get 2 Stargate Arbiter this early.
Right.
Wow, what a game we're having right now. Stork is just playing an immaculate Immaculate game. And it's not that Last is playing bad in any way. Wow.
So crazy, man.
This is amazing to watch.
I actually think Stork's going to win this game now.
It looks good.
I can't believe I'm saying it, but I mean, with losing the barracks, guys, there's not a lot of ways that you can finesse your way out of that. It's not like, oh, well, he'll have to do this instead. It's like, oh, that was the building that you needed to get the stuff that you needed.
Well, it's slowing him down some. That is a fact. Okay, he's adding his factories now. You can see how many are going to be popping up immediately because he really needs to get up to like at least 7 factories.
Yeah, he has 4 more making, so he's going to get up to 6. We have the shuttle out now with the Zealots.
Yeah, Zealot legs are going to be a very important upgrade coming in now.
Keep in mind, you know, a lot of times TVP is tank Vulture. This time, because there's carriers, it's tank Goliath. Now, Zealots are actually great against tank Goliath if they can get in there and do the damage. And so a lot of times you're trying to do this balancing act of getting the right, you know, set of units in there to do damage and throw the Terran off. It's basically both sides trying to maintain this balancing act.
Now, he's trying to do a little bit of harassment damage, which is really cool, and also draw units over here. If a lot of Goliaths go over here, maybe there's something Stork can do with that shuttle, but I don't think he should really risk it right now.
So many more factories coming down.
Yeah,
this is really where the... Ouch.
He's gone up to 9 because this is going to be a 3-base game for Last. He needs to get across the map and do his damage on 3 bases.
Right.
4 is a pipe dream.
Okay, so I love the little subtle plays that Stork's doing here. You know, he just slips in there, gets a few SCVs killed, comes back out.
Yeah.
He knows he can remake the interceptors. Now, this is the counter to Goliaths.
Yes.
Is Storm.
And it's especially the counter on high grounds, and there's a lot of high ground transitions on this map.
Also, because the carrier tech comes out so fast, there's not a lot of Vultures here for the Terran. The Vulture is a natural counter to the High Templar. We don't really have that right now. And so he's going to come in here. He's just trying to get some snipes off, kill a tank or 2, anything he can take.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Shouldn't commit any more than that. Loses quite a few observers, interceptors there. Imagine if they shot out observers. That would be a really good counter to spores.
And the weaker ones fly back in and come out with full health.
Yeah.
Now, I think he's actually going to try to hit the natural here. Draw him back. I think this is a pretty smart move.
The turret's just being made to slow it down a little bit. I love that he leaves some Marines in the bunkers. Of course, his rally is here, so this... Like, you're not going to get that much damage from Stork. You are trying to slow him down, though. I think the next stage of this game is Stork hitting Storms from high ground when Last is trying to push up. Because as +2 finishes, again, Last has to move.
Okay. Oh, the shuttle. The shuttle goes down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was in there, but a little bit interesting that he even has a shuttle. Because it's like you generally want a shuttle, but when you're going carriers, they have so many Goliaths.
Okay, tries to get 1 tank. The first attacker from the Terran is going to be the most important one.
Yeah.
If he loses all the tanks, it'll take a long time to remake all that. And this is, with standard play, this is kind of the boiling point right here.
Oh my god, look at this. He's actually trying to clear this area. Maybe he's planning a counterattack over the bridge. I don't know if that's going to be super smart.
Okay, he's going to go for a great EMP on those Templars.
Oh, very well done. That is such an important moment. Definitely worthwhile for losing that
storms here. He has nothing that can storm.
No, he needs storm.
He should have had the Templars inside the shuttle, I think.
Well, he lost the shuttle, so that would have been even worse, maybe?
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if you're on the ground, it's not hard to EMP Templars.
Yeah. This is a really good moment for Last. That EMP, such a game changer. 2 Storms would have really weakened those Goliaths quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Stork is macroing heavily out of his gateways. He needs a lot more gateway units here. He can't fight with just his carriers.
These upgrades make the Protoss army melt like butter if they don't have the right unit comps here.
Okay, he has a High Templar in here. Let's see where he hits that Storm. Okay, hits it on the tanks. Kind of an interesting choice there.
I think he had to take what he could get there.
Yeah, I agree. Starting to target down some of these siege tanks, but he didn't target down enough. He needs to pull back with these goons, I think. Oh, Zealot's coming in from the left, actually. Another good Storm as well.
He can get right underneath these carriers, and they're going to start falling very quickly. 1 more goes down.
Yeah, he reduced the tank count quite a bit. I think he stayed a little bit too long there. If you have just Dragoons left, you must pull back.
Okay, he's continuing to muster a big force. Now, he hasn't gotten anywhere critical where the Protoss, is going to lose anything. He needs to get to one of these bases, but keeping that carrier count low makes it tough. There are no upgrades for Protoss, right? There's no...
I don't think he has ground upgrades. Maybe he has +1.
But sometimes we see the Forge skipped in moments like this just because there's...
Well, he's made cannons everywhere, so we know he has a Forge. But
yeah.
The cannons are a beautiful touch. Cannons on high ground at a Protoss expansion is one of the hardest things for Terrans to deal with. You can't clear this quickly. If you siege near the cannons, they will kill your siege tanks.
Now, there are Templars here for Psystorm.
Yeah.
Also, you can put the carriers next to the cannons here. It's just very, very tough.
Yeah, like breaking a ramp with carrier, cannon, Psystorm on top of it is very, very difficult. It takes a really long time. So right now, Stork really holding on. He has taken a 5th base as well over at 9 o'clock. Okay, finally the 4th base is coming up, but Last has to hold this position to hold that 4th, and it's a little bit tough. You can see all the scans he's been doing now, the mixture in of Dark Templars, when you know your opponent is scanning a lot to see the carriers, to shoot the cannons on the high ground, all these different things. Stork, I'm getting so many chills because this is such a well-played PvT strategically right now.
Yeah, no, this is really incredible.
And I want to mention, he's the slowest pro gamer.
Yes, he is.
As far as APM goes.
Yes, you can see he's actually played at about 250.
Yeah.
And he sometimes even gets into the hundreds. I've seen that happen before. So Protoss is going to go for the counterattack now. Try to undo all the hard work the Terran went for here. By the way, we are very close to already running out of bases on this map, by the way. There's not a lot of expansions here. There's not circuit breakers.
And those 2 middle bases are mineral ones that are like at the bottom of high grounds. You generally don't see those taken.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. An attack.
Yeah, not many siege tanks. Some great Psystorms coming out as well. Oh my god, beautiful storm right there. Last being pushed back. So few units left over.
Really nicely done, and that got rid of the majority of those Goliaths. Meanwhile, the carriers in the south are going to be doing a ton of damage.
Oh man, a great attack here with these carriers. This 3rd base looks like it might end up going down.
Artosis, I think Stork is going to take this game.
Yeah.
Stork is a new man this KSL, I'll tell you that.
Wow.
Yeah, he did it. I can't believe it.
I tell you.
Dude.
That was well played.
Wow.
That is the old Stork coming back. 3-0 against Jaedong.
So crazy, man.
Chills.
Dude.
He's like
the
smashed
opening was
that.
so good. He kept himself very patient.
Yes.
As the push was getting close, looped right back around, got the Psystorms off on the Goliaths he needed.
He used mind games and he used tricks and stuff, but this wasn't a gimmicky game at all.
He did exactly what I thought he could not do. He played a very, very standard carrier Dragoon game. Like, he actually just beat Last in a straight-up game.
And
Last saw the carriers in time, so it wasn't like... I mean, you kind of want to go against carriers in some cases anyways when you have the +2 attack, +1.
Yeah, with that build order is generally just good against carriers, but Stork did a great job with it.
Okay, maybe he does move on then.
Well, that's only game 1.
Going. I'm a Fairweather fan.
Yeah, I see. The thing is, Stork's not going to get that early advantage in every game, right? This was a 2-player map. He had that mapped out really well. He hit his Zealot perfectly.
A lot of that, the Zealot, the Dragoons coming in there, killing the SCV,
slows you down
him
a lot. And then he got the barracks. Like, you add up all these little things. He delayed that 3rd base beautifully. That map is very hard to take a 3rd base on. I was actually even a little bit surprised that Last chose that strategy in particular.
Yeah.
I think that as we see Overwatch used more, we might see some slightly more aggressive plays from Terran on that map just because things like this can happen where taking that 3rd base takes so long.
Let's also keep in mind that there are risks that Last can take. 2 factory, quick command center are options.
Oh, sure, yeah. If you do something like a command center first and they don't make a Zealot, ooh, that feels good as a Terran player.
So what map does Last want to pick here?
Circuit Breakers, maybe? If Cross Game is a map, that could be it. Well, it's a 2-player, so maybe he doesn't want to play that. But he chooses Fighting Spirit. Some Terrans do like to play Fighting Spirit against Protoss. It's pretty standard. Like, you can kind of just get your 3rd base. And that's kind of what Last wants a lot of times. As long as Stork's base isn't behind the 3rd, he should be able to get 3 bases up relatively easily and hit his max timing push, which is what is the scariest thing from him. where it's like
Yeah.
at the absolute earliest time he'll have 2-1 and a maxed mech army pushing out. And when you hit that just right, it's this weird moment where Protoss is like, oh god, I have 1 stasis, and you know, something like that, where
Yeah.
it's very difficult to hold.
Okay, we're going into game number 2. Right now, Stork with a 1-0 lead versus Last.
So we have Last in the bottom right and Stork in the top right. These positions, I would say, are pretty decent for Last.
Yeah, they're fine.
It's the only positional thing that I think can be very difficult is if they had swapped, where the natural is right outside the 3rd base of the Terran, and then it can be a little bit hard to take that base. Whoa!
It's a very realistic drawing.
Yeah, that's like 3D. It's pretty sick. This guy made a diorama to bring in.
You see that? They're going to win a keyboard.
I bet you they
Headset,
do.
something. Yeah, I bet you they do. Now, one thing about this map I want to point out is that we, Terran does not, it's almost impossible to get more than 4 bases.
It can be tough. No doubt about that.
It's hard to split this map. You really are in a quadrant. I know this is normally something we say for StarCraft 2 with Terrans, but on this map, it's tricky. A lot of times, Terrans are just on 3 bases until they win or they lose. And so we want to watch for that, especially if the Protoss is going for map control.
Yeah, if you gain control with your 3-base push, sometimes you can get that 4th base up or a 5th base up,
Yeah.
and just use that as like a tempo-esque play where if
Right.
they commit enough units to attack one of them, then you go kill one of their bases, and then
Right.
it becomes one of those games. The probe going to actually scout him first, so that's pretty good for Stork, figuring out what's going on. It just looks like a very regular build from Last.
Oh, I'm so excited to see what Stork's going to do. I think Stork's really been reinvigorated. You know, he's playing better than we've seen him play in a long time. I mean, we've been casting Remastered for a little while, and I mean, I always enjoy casting his games, but you know, I kind of lowered my expectations a little bit in tournaments past because I thought he was in a different spot in his life. You know, it wasn't maybe like some of these other guys who are playing so well. And instead, no, he's really delivering.
Yeah, it's super cool to see because it was kind of sad. Everyone else was killing it. Jaedong made a finals. Flash won 3 championships.
Yeah.
Bisu was hitting finals right before he went to the military, right? So that's the other 3 of the top 4. And Stork was just like, I got a round of 8, guys. You know.
Yeah, look,
and
I made it.
It was sad because
I'm still here.
He was always below those 3.
Yeah.
But he was mentioned with them, so that's like, you know.
Yeah.
He's the 4th.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not fantasy, it's not effort, it's him. He was the 4th, but it's nice to see him playing well. The thing is, Last is like a final boss. Like this is a guy that might just win this tournament. He might win the next ASL too. He's right now, I think you can consider him the best tournament player in the world.
The other thing is that you know, Last represents this entire new generation of StarCraft 1 players.
Yeah.
You know, it's not all of the exact same old players. There are other people that are playing this that are competing at that level now.
Yeah.
And Last is an example of that. Last is considerably younger than the other players in our tournament.
Yeah, I think so, actually. Like, I think Mini is young as well.
I think Stork's got a decade on him.
A decade?
How old is
Whoa.
Stork?
I don't think he's quite that old, but...
Really?
Yeah, because
Isn't he our age?
Last is in his 20s, and Stork is in his 20s, but he's older 20s.
Oh, I thought Stork was in his 30s.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
yeah,
buddy.
yeah.
I lied.
That's okay. He did just have a kid, though, so congrats to Stork.
He is in his 30s? We're getting confirmation for production. Okay, that's...
Okay. I could have sworn he was like 28 or 29.
Yeah. And so it's so cool to just see him back here. SCV goes down, by the way, the scouting SCV. So there's no other scouts on the map right now.
And
This means the map is going to darken, and we're going to go right into Robo. Now, the more modern way to play is to go into Reavers. But, you know, we do have moments where, you know, maybe Stork, because, you know, for instance, that last game, Stork kind of went into 3-gate Goon Observer, kind of an older-looking build. Let's see what he does this time.
yeah, I mean, you can do something like a Reaver play here.
I think especially in these spots.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you have quick access to their natural. It's a little bit harder to get in the main, but you can fly along the back of the natural unless they float a building there. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Stork has quite a few options. You don't have to go Reaver, though. Like, there was a little period of time where we were seeing Reaver all the time.
Right.
That has passed, though. It's still very good, but it's not like in every game you just automatically go Goliath range type of build anymore.
Yeah.
So some mines coming out here from last. Once again, it looks like he's going for this very macro-esque play where you get the quick armory and the quick academy, get up to that third base as quickly as you can.
Still waiting to see what that tech is. Observatory for now. So maybe no quick Reaver play. Yeah. But you can always get the Reaver out after the Observer's out.
And look at where the mines are laid. These are really, really important.
Yeah. This is very thoughtful what he's laid out here. This wasn't an erratic move by him at all.
Yeah, he leaves a Vulture on the regular third base for Stork, but generally in these positions, Protoss will take the 12 o'clock third, which he's laid 3 mines going up there, so that's really smart.
So we do have the support bait coming. So we are going to have a little bit of that Reaver usage. Now, there is also this more modern style that Protosses are doing, which we did not see in the past, which is they kind of break in with shuttles. They make a couple shuttles and actually try to pick a fight somewhere. And if it's mini playing, he'll actually sometimes just kill them. And I still am trying to wrap my head around how he manages to bend all the rules for Protoss.
Well, I don't know if we're going to see that type of play out of Stork or not. It'll be interesting if he tries a bust. I think he's going to just use the Reaver in a light harassment way and then slowing the push type of way. The Reaver also becomes a very interesting defensive unit later. Oh, wow.
Wow, good scan.
Yeah, and he sees the Zealot walking towards the Robo, which is an automatic tell that there's a Reaver on the way. You don't need to see the Reaver tech when that happens. But yeah, let's see what he ends up getting done. Last has not started his third CC, but hopefully for his sake, he starts it very, very soon. This is the time you're supposed to.
Presumably he'll get shuttle speed with this. That seems to be the norm pretty much every time now. Actually, no. And is that true? I guess we have had games where they sometimes don't get shuttle speed. But...
Yeah, it really matters. I think it's a very good upgrade overall, but if you get it and you don't get anything done with it, I guess that's a little bit sad. I mean, you're already getting... Last is the type of player that's going to have Goliath range, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get things done here.
Okay, well, he's basically ready. Notice how he spaced everything out. This will force a drop to come out with the 1 Goliath here. Okay, he decides to back up, but had that drop, then the rest of the army comes and collapses on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he picks off the shuttle there, too. And here comes the Stargate. Now, I think it's probably going to be the same thing we had in the last game, except that this time there was some Reaver tech in between the gateway tech and the carrier tech.
Yeah, and when you go Reaver, it kind of combos well with this.
Okay, you can see he's trying to get over there and maybe kill that SCV making the command center, but not going to happen. He scans there and does not see the Stargate, but I think he probably suspects it. 4 gates is a fishy number. When you look at that, you go, okay.
Okay, yeah. But missing it with your scan, that's obviously good for Stork. The thing is, the build order for last isn't going to change drastically right now. Because the Reavers are out, you can't actually do a push.
Yeah, also, the game plan here is basically to slow down the third base as much as possible. Just like we saw in the other game.
Yeah.
But a Reaver makes it a lot easier to slow that down.
Yeah, like if he commits a lot of units to that third base, then he can definitely slow it.
He might actually try to go for a kill move here as Terran's taking that. 2 shuttles. Again, like I was saying, this is a more modern way to play the game. Protosses have really figured out just how to fight a Terran army. It used to be kind of you try to stay away until you have an overwhelming amount of Protoss units, and it's not really the case anymore.
Yeah, the command center actually way far out there. Pulls back for the time being.
Yeah, he needs to wait for that shuttle to get closer here.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to end up working. I think that last is already in a pretty decent spot. Oh my god, maybe though. Only 2 Goliaths here. Starts dropping out, gets that reroute. Let's see that Scarab. Oh, that Scarab is amazing.
Oh my
Only
god,
one gets off.
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah, this is a sick bust.
Okay, this is so bad with carrier tech happening behind this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he is losing so many units here. This was fantastically
What is going on
done.
tonight?
Stork's
This
just
is
playing
so
amazing.
sick. I can't believe how good Stork is right now. I mean, this is just beautiful play.
It's awesome watching players like this really regain their form. But, you know, this is some great play from Stork. He's got his 3 bases up and mining. He's overcommitting a little bit here, in my opinion, but you know what? If he can pick off the tanks,
Actually, to be honest, I think if he gets these Dragoons down here, this is amazing.
oh, he's gonna pick off this tank, so that's nice.
So you got to be careful when you kill off that initial set of tanks. You can keep doing this over and over.
Yeah, sometimes you can, and he's just not going to have enough units to hold on because now he needs to make tanks and he needs to make Goliaths. He lost a lot of SCVs here. He lost all of his army.
He should just go for the eBay.
Yeah.
It's just like, now you can't make turrets, buddy.
Yeah, what are you going to do against these carriers? Wow.
Dude, it's unreal how good Stork is.
Yeah.
It's eerie. It's scary.
He's playing really well.
Terran getting that third base up super late. Playing from a deficit now. Stork, I believe the 2 carriers are about to pop out.
He's going to get his Zealot legs here as well. We'll see if he goes into Psystorm again.
Macro is kicked into the point where we have 3 more gateways coming.
I didn't see a Citadel, actually. Maybe it's at the 3rd.
It might be used as the wall in at the 3rd. That's not uncommon.
Okay, I think that we just saw a scan upon the carriers. So Last knows what he's up against.
Look at this. Ooh. Look at this. He just keeps hitting tanks.
Yeah.
Now, although the carriers are a real threat, it's the carriers combined with the ground army. And so every time you see these tanks go down, Last is going to be that much weaker. He was punished, by the way, before he got his third base up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of gas going into remaking tanks and getting more factories up. We only see just now the factories are coming down.
Well, luckily for him, it is a map where you have that third gas available, so he can definitely mine the gas and, produce 2 factory siege tanks and tons of Goliaths. But it's just there's so many units for Stork that there's no clear timing for Last to hit. There's no clear move out point.
Right.
He kind of needs to max out, but by the time he maxes out,
I mean, this supply disparity, 151 to 100 is...
If he has legs, he can run in here.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't have legs, he might be able to run in. But, with legs, you clear this easily.
I think he's got legs here, right?
Doesn't look like he has it quite yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this looks like he's interested in... Okay, he does not have legs, yeah. Maybe he just goes for it anyways.
He must have legs just about to finish.
Yeah,
this is like
there's no way. There's no way that you just make this many zealots and don't get a legs upgrade eventually. That's not a thing.
That's the easiest way to lose with carriers is Terran hits their time and you don't have legs.
So the reason why he was attacking his own Dragoon there is he wants the interceptors to come out. The first time they come out one by one, and then after they've all come out one by one, even when they go back in, they'll all come out at once.
All right, legs is done. It's time to go. Oh my God. Up 44 supply. Here we go!
Okay, he does fire down the shuttle.
Yeah, that's a good snipe, and he's got a great spread of siege tanks here. A lot of the Dragoons stay behind there, killing off that floating building.
Okay, he needs to get rid of that tank on the high ground here.
Yeah, very, very important. There are some tanks down to the bottom. These Dragoons fighting against the Goliaths. A great fight for the Dragoons. Tons of Vultures coming out as if those are going to help.
Yeah, and they are just not. Yeah. And now we're going to see Stork basically come in here with the death blow. The carriers now have dominion over this entire area. There's no anti-air at all. We're about to get up to 4 carriers as well. As that last tank goes down, the Dragoons can then come back in here and continue to administer more damage to this location. And we somehow, in this reality that we live in, everybody, Stork is going to be up 2-0 against Last.
Well, Tasteless, this is the correct reality where Stork is playing to his level, which is very nice to see. My God, really, really solid play from him overall. The 2 shuttle bust on that army as it tried to take his third. That's the weak point on Fighting Spirit, is taking your third base as Terran, and he abused it just right. Gave himself such a lead that Last was completely unable to do anything this game.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Stork 2-0 against Last.
This is not over, though.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It is
the best
not
of
over.
5.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, man. I think that Last is feeling the heat right now. That's what this is.
Oh, for sure he is. I mean, he's got to pull it together right now or Stork is going to advance. And there's only going to be 2 Terrans in that round of 8.
Stork with just a great takedown as Terran attempts to get control of the third base there.
Yeah. Well, that's the tough part about Fighting Spirit. I was actually kind of surprised he chose it. Like, that's one of the big inflection points of Fighting Spirit is taking your third, and that's why I was talking a lot of if they're close to you, it's even easier to deny. But even in that far position, he sets up a situation in which Last loses his entire army and lots of SCVs trying to take his third.
Okay, well, Last now has to win 3 games in a row if he's going to come back here, and this also means that because Stork has such an advantage, he can throw out some risky builds here. And if it doesn't work, he's still got a lot of time and games to try to do something else.
Yeah.
I mean, for instance, I don't think Last can go for a CC first. I think that's a real
you should probably
gamble
remove
that you probably can't do.
If you pull that out, though.
Woo,
that risk.
Wow. Yeah, I'm so happy that Stork is playing this well. But it is a big surprise to me. It shouldn't be, but it is. I don't know. You think he's going to take it, or is Last going to turn this around?
I think Last is definitely going to fight back pretty well. I'm not sure what the next map will be. If it's something like Circuit Breakers, it's going to be a lot harder for Stork to get something like that done. Yeah, it definitely feels like Stork is going to win, though. He's very well prepped for the series.
We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, game number 3 here in this best of 5. Don't go away.
지금 저그 6시로 러커드라 볼 거예요. 보세요. 오잖아요. 그럼 스캔 뿌려서 잡을 준비해야 되는데 막아야 되는데요.
잘 맞추는데? 근데 나랑은 좀 안 맞네.
맞추는데 안 맞는다는 건 또 뭐야?
어머.
도와주세요.
자, 오늘은 어떤 명승부가 펼쳐질지 명경기 속에 명언이 터지는 거거든. 지지?
사드론이 뭐야, 사드론이. 그렇다면 MC.
쏩니다 머니 상태에서 프로브까지 동원합니다. 프로브까지 동원 탱커 일부러 세주가 됐고 일부러 통통통통통통통 이제는 병력 없어요. 제제
역시 해설은 예측이지. 역시 해설은 명불허. 역시 해설은
뭉치면 살고 흩어지면 죽는다.
예측은 감이 아니라 실력입니다. 나의 실력이 선수의 실력이 된다.
나의 샤우팅 나의 열정은 선수의 즐거움을 위한 것이다.
이 모든 게임의 주인공이 있고 이 모든 게임은 하나의 이야기지.
설마 이겨요?
네, 이거 이겨요. 와! 당신만을 위한 위대한 그들의 해설 시작하겠습니다. 스타크래프트 전설의 목소리 팩 전격 출시.
먼저 김성대 선수입니다. 자, 이에 맞서는 김민철 선수입니다. 네, 집요하게 심리전을 이용하고 있는 김성대입니다.
네, 요걸로 들어가서 일거리 좀 잡아야 되는 뮤탄이 은근히 많거든요. 예, 3개면은 이거 수비하기 딱 적절한 그런 뮤탄 쓰고요.
자, 뮤탄을 몇 개 잃는지도 봐야 될 것 같아요. 하나 잃었어요. 하나 잃었습니다. 6개의 저글링이 들어왔었고, 그리고 떠났던 그 뮤탈리스크 김성대에게 도착을 했습니다.
이렇게 하면서 안마나 가스를 파도 사실 뮤탈 비율량에서는 김민철 선수가 꿀리기 없거든요.
예.
즉 역시 어떻게 시작을 해도 운영 자체가 지금 좋습니다.
자, 놓쳤는데요.
양쪽 다.
이게 대형 사고가 될 수 있어요.
그러니까 이게 김성대 선수가 지금 가스를 다 소모해서 러쉬를 가기에도
네.
업그레이드 차이가 나고 있기 때문에 글쎄요, 이거 김성대 선수가 가는 것도 좀 위험해 보이거든요.
네, 도착할 때 업그레이드가 될 것 같기는 해요.
자, 업그레이드.
네, 그래서 온 게 아닐까라는 생각이 들긴 하는데
네.
일종 간을 보겠다는 거고요.
간기념이 돼 있는 김민철.
아직 안 됐어요.
자,
대단하게 스컬지로.
스커지 컨트롤.
스컬지. 자, 완전 스컬지 배부되거든요 이거.
자,
이거 빼야 돼요.
어림없어요.
와, 진짜 많아요.
아니요.
김민철.
어림도 없습니다.
네. 자, 스쿼지 컨트롤하면서 낮아주면서 가고 있고요.
이거 뒤잡히면은 이거 뮤탈 다 잃으면 미래가 없거든요.
업그레이드 차이가 있기 때문에 완전히
도망-
밀리고 있습니다.
도망도 못 갑니다. 업그레이드도 안 하고
예.
올인.
시즈.
What's going on, everybody? We're back here at the KSL. My homeboy Stork is killing it.
Yeah, he
Old
is.
school.
And Eddie is the next map? I'm really surprised by his map choices, Tasteless.
Yeah.
I feel like these map choices, they feel a little bit out of touch because he's so much better than everyone. Maybe he thinks that these maps are good for Terran, but as an actual Terran player, like a lowman on the ground, let me tell you something,
Yeah.
okay? This can be, like, if you get it going, yeah, no problem. You're fine. You can get 4 bases here, but there's some cheesy stuff that Stork could try to pull off. You have that low ground base, right?
Right.
You can do things here, like Dragoons. You can go for Reaver here with that low ground main. It's hard to see it coming in. I mean, I think that Stork's going to have a good build prepared.
I hope so. I'm rooting for Stork here. This has been such a cool series so far.
Yeah, we need some more Protoss in there, Tasteless.
We
I want
need-
both GSL and KSL just to be Protoss
That's
players.
what I'm talking about. Last in the bottom left, Stork in the bottom right.
So the whole world's going to know everything about PvP in both in both games.
So a 4-player map. Right now, Stork is, you know, he's not pulling out a lot of the fancy stuff Protoss can do. He's just kind of getting the right tech, having the right attacks.
Yeah. So I don't really know what the plans are going to be here. Against Rain, didn't he go command center first and Rain proxy gated? You remember that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
That was a brutal game. I do not think that Last will go command center first this game. It's definitely a map where you have to build a bunker to expand. Because again, like if they just go 2-gate range goon, which is not that good a build nowadays.
Right.
Once upon a time, that was actually a very powerful build in this matchup. And I actually wouldn't mind to see Stork pull it out here, because you can really cost them a lot of money when they're repairing and whatnot. And I think that Stork would have a really cool take on that. But yeah, you have to have that bunker up, or you're just going to get bullied down your ramp. And if you ever are stuck at the bottom of your ramp in this matchup, it's kind of like PvP.
Yeah, it's...
When you're at the bottom of your ramp, you're just like, oh, I'm not breaking that. It's just not going to happen.
The ramp is king in StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
Look where that gateway is. You ever play
Actually,
a game?
the placement of that gateway makes me think there's going to be another gateway below it.
Yeah, it's also one of those things where have you ever seen a, I'm sure this has happened to everybody who plays, is like you make you start at one position in one game, and then you're in the next game.
Oh, yeah.
You assume that you're in that same position, and you mess up your.
Happens all the time because the
Placement.
minerals and gas will be the same placements on some maps.
Right, exactly.
And I'll like think I'm in the top right, but I'm in the bottom right, and then my stuff is on the wrong side of
Yeah,
my
you have
command
things
center.
popping out and getting caught in your buildings.
I told you. That
Okay.
was a 2 gateway placement. Okay, I'm just in love with Stork right now because, again, this is a build that isn't really considered that good in PvT currently, but it used to be really strong, and on a map like this, it can still be very strong. You have to take it so seriously.
Here's the thing. So I've done this build a lot. It is strong. The only problem is you have no probes back at home. So it can look really scary for the Terran, and there's a lot of damage being dished out, but when you go back, there's barely anything anywhere. But the thing is, yeah, you get that high ground advantage. You start to push in there. Now, it's going to be scouted pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you cut probes like crazy to get these Dragoons out so fast.
Now, when he sees this, he may pull the SCV away to come back later, because you have to check if they're going DT off this, because they can go just light on the range goons. Oh, he actually commits the SCV all the way in. It's somewhat interesting to me. Like, it will buy him some time. But, oh, is he going to? No, he's not going to make that live. But, oh my god.
What?
Yeah, that could be for a Dark Templar tech.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous you beat me to the DT part, because that's the super dirty part of this build.
Well, you don't know how many goons they're going to make. Oh my god, look, he's scouting for this. but it's going to be slightly further away than most people make it. Is he going to go up there? He's going to go up there. Oh my god. Is he going to see it?
Oh!
So sick. Well, it's just a pylon. Stork can cancel this and go into an expand or whatever. Yeah, this does a lot of cool things, okay? When you go for 2-gate range goons, obviously you're going to make them repair somewhat. But if you actually make a decent amount of Dragoons, you can force them to go siege mode first.
Right.
Which no Terran ever wants to do. And the thing is, if you go siege mode first and you don't have an SCV on the map, which is why I was saying he might just save that SCV, you don't know if there's DTs, so you have to make a turret too. And once you do both those things, Protoss can just have 3 bases, 4 bases, you know, do whatever they want, because you can't do anything.
One thing to keep in mind about guys is that these SCVs can repair. He can snipe some of the SCVs, but if he kills too many of them, you have to get more SCVs over here to help repair, and that's in the main. So there's siege mode.
Yeah, he did get siege first. I think this is where, as Stork, it's really intelligent to just take another Nexus, but there's counterplay to that too. Like, for instance, yeah, look at this. He's actually hitting from another angle to make this tank siege and unsiege a bunch of times, getting this extra value. But look, there's so much counterplay in situations like this.
Yeah.
Now, does Stork insta-take another base, or does he tech up? If he takes another Nexus immediately, for instance, that is a perfect time that if Last went like 4 barracks Marine medic with his 1 factory siege tanks, you just roll.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a really cool strategy.
I don't know what his. That might be an engineering bay that he's building in his main by the placement of it. That's what it looks like.
Okay, so the probe goes up here. Does he actually make an expansion? I feel like.
I think he will.
Yeah.
I think it's like you got to do something here.
So now we're in a very different PvT here. The way this started and where we're at now.
So the second factory's coming up, and you have to spend this 200 minerals, 125 on that, 75 on a turret at your choke, because you just don't know if DTs are coming. So this was that thing I was talking about where it's like very annoying to play against this for that reason. Like, this is a slow start for Terran, right? He's got 3 siege tanks and maybe 3 Marines in the bunker.
Right.
It's not like you can attack. Like, yeah, you're defending against everything, but that gives Stork this opportunity to do whatever he wants. And it doesn't look like it's going to be a 3rd base this time, instead going up into Reaver Tech.
Yeah, well, just putting the pylons out there, it can kind of signal to the Terran, okay, he is going to be taking this for sure. I mean, he'll eventually have to take a 3rd base, right? There's no, this isn't PvZ where you're like, I don't know, man, let's keep making gateways. That's eventually we're going to have enough. Now, he's going to send an SCV out here to try to scout. Terran's got to be careful coming out here.
I think he's just going to siege so he can take a 3rd pretty quickly.
I think so, but again, you got to be careful. Protosses, especially with the kind of Reaver play that we're seeing come into, sometimes they'll just get in a fight and win. you know?
Oh my god, is he going to walk around to try to attack a 3rd that's not there?
Yeah.
Where he's going, this is like a risky play.
This is like a gotcha technique that Terrans can do. Is sometimes, there's a right and a wrong time to push out because the Protoss can be ready. And so what he's going is he knows that basically Stork's going to be in a defensive posture, and he's hoping to kind of just go, siege mode.
He saw
Look
that.
what I set up over here. Unfortunately, with a shuttle coming out in a Reaver, you might be able to fight this.
Well, he saw the probe there, so he thinks for sure there's a 3rd. As Stork, just cancel this 3rd base.
Yeah.
Just
Since
cancel
it's not
it.
done, he's fine.
If he, there you go. That's perfect.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything from here.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean,
keep in mind this is all the Marines, tanks, everything else is over here, so the Reaver drop could actually do a lot of damage.
Well, I think in this situation, in my opinion, as Stork, you should work on not letting the army go home.
I totally agree, Artosis.
Like I think that's all the damage you need is not letting this army get back there.
Well, here's what he's going to do instead. Oh man, look at that turret. Just in such a position that you kind of don't want to have your shuttle close to that.
And look at this, the Vultures are back. The rest of the units are going to be back real soon here. Maybe he gets a good Scarab or 2, but yeah, I feel like there was a missed opportunity here. Last committed to kill something that wasn't there, and it worked out for him. And that shouldn't be the case, I think.
Yeah. Good hit there.
Yeah, that was nice.
Can he do it again?
I think it's over.
He might even want to try to go inside the main and kill that command center that's making, kill the SCV that's making it at least.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'm kind of astounded that Last actually managed to get across the map like that.
Yeah, like
It's funny how that works.
it was very anti-range goon, and if he had gone for that third Nexus, that would have been such a strong play. But he got his siege tanks home, so it was still good, to be honest, Tasteless. Like, he forced the cancel on the 30, he killed 2 pylons.
Damn, he keeps getting tanks. He's so sick.
Yeah, it's really good.
Carriers again?
Oh, you know it, Tasteless. Stork
Damn.
can't help himself.
He can't help himself.
He needs to take
He's
the island.
addicted to carriers.
He really is.
Yeah, I think the island is a great play here.
Well, that's actually really scary because when you go carrier, if you take the island won't die.
Yeah, no,
It's
the
a
island.
free base. You have to mine them out.
This is the thing about StarCraft 1 that's funny, is there's certain circumstances where certain bases, it's like, you're never going to get in there.
Yeah, never.
You are never going to break that position.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's pointless to
An
try.
island with carriers or like a Reaver on it, it's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you insane?
Especially in these spots.
Yeah.
It's like he can defend it and attack you at the same time with the carriers.
Yeah. Some of these Zerg places you see where they get on a high ground and get the sunken colonies up, Protoss can't get in there. I'm sorry.
Oh,
sick.
beautiful. Beautiful.
He's so
Some real
good.
damage.
Oh!
You kidding me?
What?
Oh my
Here
god!
we go! Oh my god! Getting the kills here.
Oh, he's going for it right now. Gonna lose a lot of stuff in here. It looks like this committal wasn't that good.
Well, I mean, he killed the turret, so he can actually keep.
Oh!
Oh! What are you talking about, Artosis? Hold your tongue.
What a fool I was.
You speak ill of based god Stork.
Look at that. He gets the
Man,
armor.
he's
He's killed
so
a bunch of
sick.
SCVs.
Look at this.
Here come the Dragoons for this third base that's completely undefended. Oh my god!
Oh, Stork!
Oh, 22 kill Reaver.
Look at this. Look at this. I don't even know what to say. It's so crazy.
Stork is bashing
Stork
him.
is going to win the KSL. This is look. He's going to get the command center. Lass is going to lead this game.
Yeah,
Look at this.
I can't
Wow.
even believe this.
I love that Stork.
Last just won the last ASL, and he won the first KSL, and this is
Yeah.
KSL Season
Yeah.
3.
Stork's like,
This
I'm the
group
greatest
of
player
death.
of all time.
This group of death is something else.
Okay, so
My God.
getting the armory, by the way, guys, is that is the dream play, because you take that out. Terran rely on the fact that their upgrades scale better than the Protosses do. It's actually one of the reasons why we see Protosses even going for carriers. Carriers are great on their own, but it's also, it's like if you made two forges. Oh, that's not good.
He needs BCs and ghosts.
Yeah.
That's the only way to
Yeah.
beat this.
Yeah, I mean, making two forges is not like really a thing. It's going to win you late game against Terran, which is,
It's like good, but
it's not. Upgrades are always good, but yeah. And so the fact that he got the armory is like, oh.
yeah,
Say
Last
with me,
is
Artosis.
really far behind.
Oh, here we go. Say my name, say my name.
Oh my God!
Okay.
Both the Reavers get out. He's getting the Scarabs.
Look at this.
Slow Zod's just walking in to kill him.
Try
oh my God!
taking on my slug boys, he says.
That is really that, man. There is 0% to come back.
Wow. Oh, by the way, if carriers ever got to be part of the game, he would win with those too, but
There's nothing left.
yeah, look at this.
Last doesn't have anything. He's fighting Dragoons with Goliaths right
Yeah,
now.
these SCVs are like, we can repair. Oh,
We'll be your medics. You'll be our big
we're like
brains.
medics, but we can mine too. We have more hit points than a Marine. Figure that out.
You would think they just put
Yeah,
SCV
put the
armor on
Marines
the
in the put the Marines in the SCVs. That's
Just
what I'm
give
saying.
the SCVs Gauss rifles.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. Make the Marines mine.
Yeah. My God, that's
Yeah.
a great idea, Tasus.
Yeah.
You'd be a great Terran general.
That's
Seriously.
right. Yeah.
Arcturus Minsk, move over.
Yeah.
The greatest general of all time is actually Tasteless.
Okay, this is just, I gotta say, man, I mean, this is just such a pleasant surprise. Stork is just whooping last here.
He really really is. Well, Last kind of played predictably in these games overall. Like, very predictably. He played just very standard macro play. And
he played too Terran-esque, where he's like,
Yeah.
I can macro, I can defend.
And the thing is, there's no question Last is... he knows so much, and his decisions should be respected. But I am surprised with his map choices. It seems, I don't know, Fighting Spirit and then Eddie. It's like, I mean, I don't even remember what the vetoes were, but there was something better in there.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. He's going to take an island base.
He's doing everything.
An island.
It's a island because it's never going to be killed.
Look at this. Just killing the SCVs off. Oh, mutiny back in the base.
Oh my god, there were 2 SCVs in there. They were afraid when the Reavers came.
What were they doing in there? Yeah, the Reavers here can take cover.
Get out of here!
Wow. Why were that was just another little treat we had in this game.
Yeah.
You know, Laz is looking at those SCVs when the bunker's dead, like, what? Oh my god.
Yeah, nothing's
Oh
right
my
today.
god.
He's just going to go back to his macaroon shop and stay off the internet for a couple days.
So the problem here is that, you know, you can remake these interceptors. Terran is just losing SCV after SCV after SCV.
Yeah.
And a player like Stork should be setting up for a killing blow here.
The thing is, he can kill him however he likes, like by not attacking or by attacking. Both of those are really good options. Woo! Almost loses a carrier there. Last just continuing on the upgrade train. He's hoping for some good engagements. And that is how you would end up coming back here as Terran. If you get one army flattening engagement, you're going to be able to maybe kill a base, and then you can be back in the game. It seems difficult for that to occur with how many tanks he's lost so far this game and the fact that the third was so screwed up. Yeah, it's a forge.
I'm just trying to... I'm getting goosebumps here. The new reality that Stork, he might win this case. I mean, you beat Last, guys. You can beat anybody.
Well, he 3-0'd Jadong, too,
Yeah.
which is generally his weak matchup.
Yeah. He 3-0 Jadong. He might 3-0 Last year. It looks like he is.
The thing is, I've never seen Rain lose a PvP.
Yeah.
It seems impossible.
Oh, look at this. He's like, I thought I told you to never make an armory, didn't I? Get no armories in my game.
You know what, Tasos? He's not going to get it. Oh, the
Yeah,
Reaver! The carriers couldn't do it alone.
Where's your god now, Terran player?
Yeah. God, he lost a lot of interceptors there.
I know. All right. What are we seeing? Why did he just... Okay, he's transferring. I'm like, what is he doing?
He's going to drop probes over there now. He's really clowning.
He's try to mine
That's
his
where
minerals
Last
over
comes back and wins and then 2-0s him from there. And it's like, okay,
we're
Stork.
like, you know, Stork, you really threw that away.
Yeah.
All right, you can all mine on that side if you want. I gotta say, Lass is the tenacity of this guy. I mean, he's actually hanging on.
It's so sad that he lost armories twice, though, because really the way that you would have some real potential here is through upgrades. And I'm not sure what upgrades he has. We're not clicking on any units right now, but it's certainly not 2-1.
Yeah, he might actually not have anything.
Wow, that's a lot of carriers.
7's a lucky number. Oh, but it's...
He should build an armory and just keep upgrading ship weapons at his natural, so Stork keeps on right-clicking on it and losing all his interceptors.
Yeah,
that's actually how you win this game.
That's yeah.
That's the tech
Or it's
play.
at least a moral victory. Now, again, when we see this, there's a reason for it. He wants to just empty the...
He wants to give Last a chance by killing his own Nexus.
Now, this is where... There's always this funny moment for both sides when the interceptors are here, where you're trying to get stuff done, but you're accidentally clicking on the interceptors. It's like when you accidentally click on your own interceptor, and the interceptors kill the other interceptor. You're like, okay.
It's trying to get back inside.
Yeah,
Can't do it quick enough. I want to see how many interceptors are on these now.
You know, in these positions, he can basically just dive on that all day. Oh my god! And you know, it just occurred to me. Yeah, with Reaver and shuttle speed, you're never going to get a fourth base. It's going to be so hard.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult.
Stork like a boa constrictor. slowly boa constricting this Terran player.
Yeah, it's exactly what it's like.
Stork unlatching his jaw.
To swallow a fish because he's a stork?
No,
Oh, okay.
he's a boa constrictor that's named Stork. Artosis, pay attention. Come on, quit messing around, Artosis.
Sorry, Tis.
Now, there's going to be an eventual moment where, you know, he's going to say, wait a minute, he's just going to click down the command center. That's the funny one, too. The Terran's like, I got to go make more Goliaths, and he's going, G, 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 G. And then he comes back, and you actually right-click down the CC.
Yeah. I really want to see the upgrades on the Terran units. That's like my birthday wish right now.
Well, we're not going to have it, Artosis.
I need to see. what
This is
these are
why
at.
we can't have
I
these
think they're
things.
actually on +1. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Look at this. He's like, I'm actually willing my way in here.
Oh, I don't know if it's Will. I think it's just Carrier his way in. Uh-oh, here come the Reavers.
Here comes Mr. and Mrs.
We're back.
Reaver. We're back. Look at this. Terran's just like, oh my god, FML. All I have is Goliaths right now. This is where he randomly spams out a bunch of scans on the map just before the SL with that
Yeah.
CC.
Gotta do
The
it.
tanks are here now.
Wow, 21 kills on that Carrier.
Uh-oh.
Okay, he's only up by 86 supply right now, so let's see if Last can hold on.
Yeah, he's fine.
We don't know last
he's
upgrade,
fine.
so-
Come on. All right.
I heard T-Soggy, so maybe. Maybe he kills this whole army and then wins the game in the series, but...
This is the end of Last's complete and total dominance of everything. Don't forget to write about it in your journals.
Wow.
Okay? Dear Diary.
Stork 3-0's Last.
Stork is, I think I have a new crush.
It's the same as your old
His
crush.
name starts with st and ends with orc. Only you understand me, Diary.
Oh, man. Well,
Look at Stork. Look at,
that's our best Terran out of the tournament.
Yep, good. Get rid of him. Who needs him? I want only one race in this tournament.
That's kind of crazy. I was looking forward to having, you know, Sulky, Rain Last just tear through this bracket and give us a sick top four.
Absolutely not Artosis.
I am so sorry. That was silly of me. Okay, well, Stork played really well in those PvTs. He didn't do anything that was like just trying to pull the wool over Last's eyes or
Yeah, no,
anything.
he straight up bashed, suplexed.
You know what's very interesting to me
Last.
is against Rain, Last was mind game after mind game after mind game.
Yeah.
Against Stork, he was like, it's almost as if he took the old version of Stork and was like, oh, I'm better than this guy. I'm just going to macro and kill him because I'm a macro Terran. He's like, I'm a macro Terran.
Yeah, he's
oh,
like,
my
he's
God.
like, check these out. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. No.
Yeah. And then Stork came in. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm a carrier
Crack, crack, crack,
Protoss.
crack, crack, crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just interesting to see him use this different style. He was very predictable tonight. He did kind of exactly what you would expect, and Stork had very good builds and strategies planned. His execution was just superb. He was engaging at the correct times. It was.
It was really cool to see him
He did
play this
really
well.
and I can't wait to see where he ends up. I feel like if someone else eliminates Rain, then there is a real
Excuse me.
possibility for Stork to do something in this tournament, maybe take it down.
I'm okay with that.
Like, he's playing so well. It's not like
3-0
Jadon
Jadon.
played like trash. It's not
3-0
like Last is
Jadon,
bad.
3-0'd Last.
Yeah. But 3-0'd by Rain, who just, PvP is, I don't even get it. I think we play on rigged maps when Rain plays PvP. Just doesn't even make sense.
Everything costs 20% less.
Yeah. Okay, so Stork and Mini going forward. Gosh, we have a lot of Protoss.
Protoss power.
So we have 5 Protoss, 2 Terrans, and a Zerg.
Power.
Yeah. Does Stork play Ample in the next round?
Well, we're going to have a graphic. Let's check.
Yeah. We'll have that.
I always try to
interview
wait for
coming
that
up as
graphic
well.
so I don't screw up. Guys, Stork is back. This is just so cool.
It really is.
God, he looks so strong, too.
Yeah. It's because he is so strong. That's why he looks that way.
Yeah. He could beat up all of our dads, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he could beat up
For
all
sure.
of our dads.
Especially as we get older, too.
Yeah.
There's like a bell curve for that, you know?
Yeah, that's
Our
right.
dads are getting a little bit old at this point. Stork's hitting his prime. He's 30 years old.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, we hear that?
Yeah,
네,
it looks
KSL 시즌 3 16강 마지막 8강 티켓을 차지한 송병우 선수 만나고
Our
계십니다.
final player
여러분
is
큰 박수
advanced forward.
부탁드립니다.
It's Stork. Congratulations.
네, 정말 많은 사람들의 예상을 뒤엎고 자 송병우 선수 아주 멋진 플레이를 통해서 8강 티켓을 거머쥐게 됐습니다. 지금 느끼는 심정 그대로 전달해 주세요.
How do you feel? You played amazingly.
사실 경기장에 올 때 제가 3대 2로 그러니까 이기는 거 말고 저도 나는 잘한 거다라고 생각을 하고 왔는데 이 경기를 이기니까 좀 욕심이 나더라고요. 그래서 3대 0보다는 3대 1
I thought it would probably go to match 5. I mean, Last is such a great player.
이제 좀 게임이 잘 풀려서 3대 0 이긴 것 같고 뭔가 저번에 이기고 아직까지는 송병구를 기대할 수 있구나 뭐 이런 약간 기대를 품게 해드리고 싶다고
To be
했는데
honest,
오늘
I
경기를
almost feel a little bit
하면서
lucky that I
제
managed to
스스로도
3-0
좀 기대가
last.
되더라고요.
오, 스스로에게.
네. 그래가지고 뭔가 8강이면은 좀 만족스러운 리그였다라고 생각할 수 있을 나이고 경력인데 뭔가 이제 도지혁 선수와 8강에서 하게 됐고 이기면 4강이고 4강 정도는 한번 올라가야
I'm very
되지
satisfied if
않을까.
I get to the quarterfinals.
네, 정말 멋진 팩이 듣고 있어서 저도 들으면서 굉장히 또 놀라운데요. 그러니까 오늘
And I'm
경기를
really
짚고
hoping to get to
가봐야
the
될 것 같아요.
semifinals as well. That's my goal
네,
for now.
테란이 어떻게 보면 좀 뻔하게 매번 뭐 트리플 위주로 이렇게
네.
200을 채우는 빌드를 좀 많이 사용하는 것이 유행이었긴 한데
네.
그 중간중간에 송병구 선수의 뭔가 빌드 자체가
네.
기존에 뭔가 뻔하디 뻔한 상대적으로 상대하는 아비터 빌드 이런 거 있었잖아요.
네.
하지만 송병구 선수는 뭔가 특별하던데요.
사실은
Yeah, the build
이제,
orders you went for.
현역 때는 특정 이제
Very
하루에 해봤자
specific,
한
no arbiter
경기
play,
또는
carrier
뭐
play.
많아봤자 2-3경기 그러니까 오전제를 할 일이 거의 없었어요. 결승 빼고는 4강이라. 그래서 이제 제가 방송을 하면서 특히 KSL은 다전제 5판
I didn't have a
3선제가
chance to.
기본이기 때문에
Sorry,
딱히
guys,
빌드
didn't catch
연습을
that.
안 하거든요.
Have a
그러니까
best
어떻게
of five.
Best of
준비를
5
했냐면은
match. Excuse me.
오늘 나는 캐리어를 쓸 거고 그냥 그 제가 보면은 좀 빠른 서치를 2번 했는데 빠른
For best
서치로
of five, I think
상대
it's better to
자리나 뭐
have
보고 생각 들은 대로 게임을 하자 이렇게 생각을
A wide
했었거든요.
range of play
근데
styles.
오늘 평소에 준비랑 생각을 잘 해와서 그런지 경기가 잘 풀렸던 것 같아요.
맞습니다. 그 끝은 어찌됐든 간에
So I
캐리어였다.
compared others'
네,
play
이런 식으로
styles as well.
준비해왔다는 건데
But what didn't
네,
end
정말
up
그 많은 분들
being revealed.
채팅창에서 눈물 날 것 같다 뭐 이런 분들도
네,
많이 계셨고 예, 정말 나이를 정말 무색하게 만드는 32살에 뭐 8강 4강 위로 올라가는 것이 좀 쉽지 않은 일인데
네.
송병구 선수가 하기 직전이고 이미 8강까지 왔습니다.
네.
패춘 토스다 뭐 이런 얘기도 좀 있는데
네.
스스로 볼 때 그 실력이 다시 올라가고 있는 거 맞습니까?
아니요, 사실 실력은 올라간 걸 잘 모르겠는데 게임을 요즘에
Do you think your
많이 할
skills
수
are
있는
better than they
환경은
were
아니에요.
before?
그래서 뭔가
아이 때문에
네 방송을 하면서 다른 토스 선수들이랑 디스코드를 할 때나 또는 이제 뭐 애기 분유 줄 때나
I
뭐
do think
이럴
I've improved a
때
lot.
대화를 이제 선수들이랑 대화를
My
많이 해서
experience
게임
also
정보로
helped out quite a
얻고
bit here.
분유 주거나 할 때는 제가 손이 꼼짝 없기
Having a
때문에
match.
방송 틀어놓고 보고 공부를 하고
아,
네, 그렇게 약간
I think
시간을
my
효율적으로
experience in
쓰려고 하고
broadcasted matches
있거든요.
actually helped out
그게
tremendously.
아직까지는 효과가
Very
좋은 것
comfortable
같아요.
up here.
어차피 게임 쉬는 시간에는 육아 토스로 돌아가서
네.
예, 육아를 하면서도 게임을 보고 공부를 하면서
네.
진화하고 있는 거군요.
네, 그리고 와이프가 이제 또 대회가 있고 하다 보니까 이제 서로 피곤한 와중에 최대한 저를 배려 많이 해줬거든요.
So you've improved
그렇게
so
이제 하루 이틀
dramatically.
누적되는 게 이렇게 좋은 결과로 이어져 나올 것 같아요. 네.
예, 정말 아빠는 강한 것 같습니다.
네.
다시 한번 박수 부탁드릴게요. 네.
They're basically
자,
talking
이렇게
about, you know,
멋진
he's a
인터뷰
father, he's
해줬는데요.
been
자,
taking
그럼
care of the
마지막으로
kid.
이제 8강
And
가잖아요.
he's
네,
doing
자,
this at the
도지혁
same time.
선수와
You want to
만나게 됐는데
sit
자,
next to
멋진
his wife
마지막
as
각오
well.
들으면서 마무리해보도록
He's so
하겠습니다.
supportive of him.
사실 제가
What are your expectations going
프로토스전에서
forward here?
제일 많이 탈락을 해봐가지고 이 디조보다 더 힘든 8강전이 될 것 같아요. 그래도 이기면은 4강이고 제가 4강에서
I was limited in
정말 좀
other
잘
tournaments
했던 걸로
earlier.
기억을 하거든요. 제
especially the most recent
나름대로는
ones.
결승도 많이 가봤기 때문에
So
4강만
this time
간다면
around,
이번
though,
시즌에도 결승
I'm going to really train hard. I really want to get
되니까
deeper and deeper
8강
in this
꼭
tournament.
열심히 준비해서 오도록 하겠습니다.
네, 예, 그
So
어느
my goal
때보다
for now is
진중한 송병구
quarterfinals.
선수의 인터뷰 예, 다시 한번 들어도
Continue
너무나도
to advance from there,
멋지네요.
one
자,
step
송병구 선수
tournament at a
다시 한번
time. That does it
8강
for our
진출
interview.
축하드리고요. 지금까지 송병구 선수와 인터뷰였습니다.
Artosis.
Yeah.
What a amazing reality we're in.
I just want to see this finalized bracket.
Yeah, same.
Okay. We have that round of 8 next week. We're going to play through that entire round of 8, see if Stork can get any further than he has already. Of course, we already saw the right side of the bracket, just completely stacked, completely silly.
It's bananas, my
It is.
friend.
It is. Here it is. Best versus Stork. Oh my god, one of those badasses is going to the round of 4. That's so sick.
Ample versus Mini.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty good match. Ample is really on the up and up right now.
Let's see what happens here with Sulky versus Snow as well. Snow really looking quite good in PvZ finally.
Yeah.
And then Rain versus Sharp. I think it's going to be a tough one for Sharp, but, you know.
Sharp
Let's see.
generally has beaten Rain in the past and says he's confident, but most of the wins are like lots of probe kills early, so I feel like Rain is a little bit favored here because I don't know. I say that every time though, and Sharp keeps beating him. So maybe I'm just a doubter for some reason on Sharp.
You're a hater.
Yeah. But this is, I mean, there's so many possible insane matches. Look at those 4 players on the left though. That's like the underdog bracket, right? Like none of those guys are supposed to be the champion. It's someone on the right that's supposed to be the champion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see how far Ample's going to get here. And so, guys, we're going to be back next week. It's going to be on Thursday, Best versus Stork, and then Ample versus Mini.
Yeah, that's a very old school PvP right there. 2 of the 6 dragons going at it. I mean, I don't know what to expect there. I generally have felt like Best has been better than Stork for quite a while, but Stork he's playing another level now.
Yeah, this is the new Stork. This is Stork 2.0, 5.0, or whatever version we're in. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah, big version right now.
Then Ample versus Mini. I don't know what to expect with that one. It's going to be a good match, though.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going to go down between Mini and Ample, but Ample is one of these Terrans that we're looking at as maybe one of the big future players that's going to be at the top all the time. Right. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't have the type of experience Mini has yet, but I think that could go either way.
Life is good.
It is.
Life is good.
Mm-hmm.
Not even just Stork 1, but 3-0.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I think Last is going to be kicking himself a little bit.
I think Last has to bring a different type of play style. I think Last thought he could just play straight up and be bigger, faster, and stronger than Stork. And Stork basically came in here, managed to get an edge every single time, and just maintain that lead. And I think the style of closer he went for with the carriers and just kind of a better ground army was smart. I mean, it's very hard for someone like Last to come back from a situation like that.
Yeah. Just awesome stuff. I'm excited for this next round. Who's your pick to win the whole thing?
Stork.
Really?
No, I think it should be either Rain or Sulky, but Stork, I after seeing him play that well and take out both Jaedong and Last, it's like he did not lose any games, Artosis. That's crazy.
I look at this, I do think it's Rain or Sulky, but
I mean the thing is, if Stork gets to the finals and I don't at least emphasize that this was a very realistic possibility after seeing how well he played, I mean it'd be crazy.
He could win that side of the bracket. That is not undoable for him.
It's going to come down a lot to the prep work there for Best and Stork, because I think you got 2 very brainy players, but I think Stork is a little bit better with build prep.
Maybe. I think that Best is mechanically a stronger player, though, for sure.
Yeah. We'll have to see what kind of games Stork's going to deliver with that. I mean, this is just such a surprise for this group, the group of death, to have Stork come out and dominate this well.
Yeah. Definitely not what I was expecting. I actually thought that he had the least chance of getting through.
Same. Oh, yeah, no, same for me.
It seemed like clearly Rain and Last would make it out. You know, maybe if things go right, Jaedong can squeak through over Rain or something like that, but Stork
All right, guys, that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next Thursday, 7 p.m. KST. We love you. Bye-bye.